Hi, it's Yvonne Radley here, Big Me Up Media. I'm here with Paul Mavi in Birmingham at the Bokwa Festival. You're bringing Bokwa all over the world, really.
All over the world. I'm in Italy on Monday.
Wow.
I'm in France on Wednesday. I'm back in Italy for a 200,000 people event. It's called Rimini itself, and this is in Italy. And we just finished FIBO in Germany, which had 92,000 people.
Wow.
It was the record. It was the first biggest amount they've had. All time they've had 42,000.
Yeah.
We were on German national television. We were on RTL. We were on all TV shows in Germany, and it brought so many people that they had to stop people from coming by noon on Saturday.
Cool.
So it was just a massive event. People love to see this. Everybody's curious about the simplistic thing. They're trying to imagine, how can you make a letter and a number be?
Tell me what it is, Bokwa. You draw letters and numbers on the floor with your
All
feet.
it is just basically, you learn the steps. So if I'm moving forward, it's bounce, bounce, right step, kick, back, back, and bounce, bounce. The bounce, bounce is almost it's like a central point, where you decide whether you've got to go to the left, or to the right, or go forward.
Okay.
Fitness to me is going this way, going that way, and going that way, and going back. That's what fitness is. And you make it exciting by giving it things for people to think about. So we always say with Bokwa, it's like playing a game. You know, let's play a game called Bokwa.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm going to say draw a C, and you're going to draw a C.
Are there particular letters you use?
Well,
the whole alphabet?
we give you 12 letters for the first level.
Okay.
But we give you the most simple ones, and then we build on top for level 2,
Right.
level 3, so that way people can see where the origin is. I made a program where when people are standing outside, they can actually say, you know what, I want to try that because it's possible that I can do that. Because what happens with most programs is that people cannot see themselves doing it. Because it either feels like, now I'm going to look stupid doing that, or, oh geez, that's hard.
Yeah.
So to have something easy, it's funny because some of the instructors struggle teaching Bokwa because they like to stay too busy. It's all about them staying busy.
Yeah.
So they don't know how to bring shining eyes out of people.
Tell me what shining eyes is.
Shining eyes is when somebody smiles. Is when somebody goes like this. It looks like their eyes are shining.
Yeah.
And we have a thing with Bokwa that with Bokwa, that's all we want to do. We don't want to be the best dancers. We don't want to be known as the hypest thing. But we just want to bring shining eyes in the whole room.
Now
it's about all of us.
I watched you this morning.
Sure.
You've got about 700 people here today.
Yeah.
And the atmosphere was intense. It was brilliant. You're a people person, aren't you?
You know what, my dad was a pastor.
Right.
And all I learned to do was to serve people. And I love it when I'm making somebody happy because it's never about me. It's always about the people. And that's just how I've lived. And that's why I feel, you know, that it's a blessing to be that way.
Now, you've got the steps, but they've also got the clothes. Tell me a little bit
We
about
have
the
the clothing.
clothes.
Well, here's the thing. We've never focused on the clothing line because we've always felt like the clothing line is not what drives Bokwa. What drives Bokwa is this program that's making people feel this thing in their hearts and in their minds. With Bokwa, what we do is we want people to dance their troubles away, because when you come to a place like this, you relieve yourself because you love the music and you love the steps, and then you're ready to go face whatever you got to face at home. And if you have someone that's overweight who's got, you know, it's a long time to lose weight. It's not a short thing. You can't do it overnight. You know, this whole thing you see on television that says 6-minute abs, or they'll say, you know, 90 days you can have a body like this. I believe that stuff. To me, I don't. Because it takes a lot of discipline. And it takes keeping yourself away from, you know, from the things that you really love to eat. And it's achievable, but it's hard for us to do it. Because, you know, if you're going to go on a diet, you got to be able to cook your food and prepare it for tomorrow so that way you take it to work, so you don't eat the garbage that you see going to work.
Yeah.
And it becomes a task, but it's achievable. But in the meantime, we're going to make sure people are part of something where they feel like, wow, when I come to Bokwa, I feel like I'm finding myself. And I feel like I'm reminded that I'm trying to fix me. You know, when people come to a cardio class, they're coming for themselves. This is my time.
Yeah.
I just want to get an hour away, just to have a time just for me, just to get away. This is my getaway. And then we use everyday music, Usher, Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Stuff that people know. So I always say to people, Bokwa is everyday people doing simplistic steps to everyday music.
And how did you come up with the idea initially?
You know, my class is about 12, 15 years ago. We're about 150 people, 200 people. And people didn't want to leave. So since they didn't want to, as the class grew, it forced me to have to simplify the program because they couldn't chase me all over the place. So they really needed to know what to do because they were scorched.
This is in LA, yeah?
This is Los Angeles. And I got to tell you, Los Angeles and Hollywood, you got to be really good at what you do because everybody in Hollywood feels like they're a star.
Yeah.
So you know, there's so many competitive programs in LA. And for Bokwa to rise up above the cream, you know, the cream of the crop, it was because of simplicity. You know, of course, I'm a loud guy, and I just have that thing that I love to do with people, just to have fun with them, you know, to bring something out of people. And with being able to do that with a simple step. And of course, the music is everyday music.
Yeah.
And that to me, that's 50% of the whole magic. Everyday people doing everyday steps with everyday music.
So this was about 8 years ago, was it?
Oh no, I started the program 15 years ago.
Oh, 15.
But we say 8 to 10 because there's a whole LA thing that you got to. When we started really genuinely started saying, okay, let's start planning on putting this thing together. It started about 8 to 9 years ago. We said, okay, let's start planning on putting this thing together. And then about 2 years ago, I met my partner, Johan, who's a brand genius. And the guy just, you know, his presence being around what I'm doing and being partners with him just took this thing to another level.
I was going to say, how do you take it from LA, where it's very successful, and you've got hundreds of people following you, to global now?
You know what's funny is that because of social media,
Yes.
a powerful tool,
Very.
and that's what you guys do. Social media has become, there's something called 6 degrees of separation.
Yeah.
You know that, right? It means you can get to someone within 6 steps. Because of social media, now it's 4.5.
Ah.
Can you believe
I
it?
like that.
So social media is a huge thing. We started off by we did some stuff in Mexico, we did some stuff in LA, but when we came to the UK, people in the UK, I guess because it's a dance field, you know, UK is dance, dancing with the stars, everything is dance, ballroom dance, this. When they saw Bokwa, it just took off over here. And people came from other countries to come here, to come and get Bokwa from the UK. But the simplicity of it, and the structure of the program, which is so well put together for everybody that wants to be a Bokwa instructor, it took off where people are doing the same steps. There's nothing like if you have a program where there's set steps. You can never tell people create your own steps or create your own choreography. Because if I come to your class and it's your choreography, it's not the same as the class next door to you.
Yeah.
And the experience is not the same. So with Bokwa, we wanted to make sure that every instructor does the same steps.
Yeah.
It's your energy that you bring as the instructor, and it's how you conduct the people yourself. If you're a good conductor, you know the 700 people, there's not one time there was just, maybe once when I messed up myself, but out of that whole 90 minutes, you know, to 125 minutes, there was only, the people are moving all together. They know what a 1 is. Yeah. They know what an L is. They know what a C is. Yeah. And somebody would think that's choreographed if they're looking at it from from YouTube, but it's not. They all know from the bounce. The bounce tells you where to go. When you were growing up, did you grow up in LA? I was in South Africa, but I grew up in LA. I wanted to be a star. Right. I went to LA because I wanted to be a star, and the whole thing, I wanted to be an actor, and in LA, it's a dog-eat-dog world. You really got to be good, or you just got to have a lot of luck. And they're known very much, obviously, for Hollywood, but also for fitness as well. Yeah. So you are the cream of the crop in LA, would you say? Well, no, you know what's funny? We just focused in the U.S. because Europe just took onto the program so well that we've been doing Europe so much. Now, the beginning of this year, we just came into the U.S. and in a matter of 3 months, we got into 25 states. Wow. That's good. Quick. And it's funny because majority of it is because of the demand, because of social media. Everybody's connected. I was just going to say, so you almost went out into Europe and then we came back in. We came back. Yeah. And we came back. So are you a star now? I don't want to call myself that because when you say I'm a star, that means that Bokwa is a star. Yeah. The program's a star. Because if Bokwa is a star, then people will get magic from the program, not because I'm in the room. I don't want it to be that way. When you were growing up, who were your big influences? Wow. Of course, I love Michael Jackson.
I thought you might say that. Yeah.
Of course, I love Kobe Bryant. You know, these are guys who are determined to work so hard that their main focus is what they want to achieve. And everything that they do every day gets them a step closer to wanting to achieve that. And to me, I always feel like there's no quick breaks. I feel like there's hard work, and hard work brings success. You know, everybody's looking for that quick buck, that quick fix.
Yeah.
And what happens with that quick thing, it never lasts for a long time. My partner told me that to get to the point where I got to with Bokwa, it took 10,000 hours. We always use just the word, just 10,000 hours. You know, for him to get to where he's at with brand making, it took 10,000 hours. So when you put the two of us, myself and him, it grew the program to an amazing place. So it takes hard work, but you gotta have fun.
For other people, other fitness entrepreneurs out there who are probably introducing their own style into their own classes, and you can see the fitness industry moving away a little bit from following trends and developing their own brands nowadays. What advice would you give to entrepreneurs that want to follow in your footsteps?
Don't try to do what somebody else is doing.
Follow your own path.
Follow your own path, but don't make it to be about you. Make it to be about somebody else. Make it to be about the person who's in the room wanting to experience. Find a way to make somebody smile. If you can find a secret to make somebody smile, and it's not about you, then you've got something. And it's hard to really to get that done, because it takes a lot, long years to put that together. You know what I mean?
Now you've got to head back and get back on stage soon. It's 2:30. Is there anything else that you'd like to add that you think is important?
We're just excited to be in the UK. We're excited that the UK has embraced us so much. It's just amazing when you get all these companies that want to do stuff with Bokwa. We've had phone calls from so many brands, from Nike to McDonald's to, geez, call it what you want to. You know, they all want to do something with Bokwa, and it's just amazing. The letters and numbers effect, and we're so focused in the school district. We have a program that's really embracing the school district, and it's at www.bokwabounce.com, and it's made up it's a program for kids. You know, kids love everyday music. They love Chris Brown, they love Usher. And then when you take that and you do a simple step like a nail, they think that they're playing. They're having fun. And kids don't want to do PE. They don't want to do physical ed anymore. But when you bring something that's easy and connect the steps to it, it makes it amazing. It's a good connection. So we just want people to understand that we're just going to bring shining eyes, and we want to make something simple where they can just move. We want to help people move, help people smile, help people feel like they can really get to their journey of who they want to look like or who they want to be. We lose ourselves in life because of the path that we take. You know, you get in relationships, you have kids, so many things pull at you. You look up, you don't really know who you are, or you're just kind of settle for who you are. But there's a time when you need to say, you know what, maybe I can just take an hour for myself. And within that hour, achieve whatever you need to achieve, get that feeling you want. Then you can reset and go back and face everything else.
And how do you take your hour?
How do I take my hour? I do some meditation, but my hour is mainly pleasing people. That's my hour.
You like it when you're on stage?
Well, no, I don't like being on stage, but I like to see people smile. I don't really have to be, because when you say on stage, that means that
but then you can see them in front of you.
Well, yeah, but I just like to draw that out. That's what I love. That's my biggest thing.
Thanks very much for talking to us.
You guys are very sweet. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you for the interview. We'll see you, okay? All right.